What's going on, everybody? This is Gregory Laporte from GamerFitNation.com. I'm here with my man Matthew, and we're here to talk about Diablo 3.
Do it again, this is how it goes. Playing to win, this is how it
So, this game is crazy. I just played it a little while ago. I'm still kind of, bitter because they cut me off after 15 minutes. So I'm gonna let Matthew over here talk a little bit about what's new for Diablo on the PS3.
So what's new for Diablo on the PS3 is we made sure to take an awesome game and craft it so that it felt native on the console. So the controls are completely new. You're using the controller. You have the camera that's closer in. You have direct control over your character, so it's very dynamic. We've tweaked the monsters, we've tweaked the skills so that it feels native to the console. We've tweaked the boss fights because it's something that console gamers have a huge history of boss fights. Tweaked how they look, how they play. We've added new moves like a dodge, 'cause that's also very native to console. So we've added lots of little things to make the game feel really, really cool on console.
Now on the PC, a lot of people they had like concerns with it coming to the PS3, with such as the Diablo Net and things like that. Are we going to see any of that come to the PS3 as well, or is that just going to be just PC only?
So the PS3 is independent from the PC version. So you don't log into Battle.net, for instance. You can play offline on the console version. You'll play through PlayStation Network, so you'll have access to your friends list, voice chat. So they're two very separate ecosystems, two very separate entities.
So how is the online going to work? Because I know in Diablo you can play with your friends and everything like that. How is it going to work how's the online multiplayer going to work with this game?
So the great thing about Diablo on PS3 is that there are several options. You have 3 of your buddies, you want to play, they're at your house, everybody sits down on the couch, you start to play, 4 players, same screen, your buddy's, he steals your loot, you punch him in the face and you go, that's mine, you give it back, right? But if your buddies are not with you, you can also play through PlayStation Live, so you can play, 4 players, 3 other players that are not necessarily near you, or any combination. You could have 2 people on a couch, 2 people on live, so there are really several options for you.
Okay, now when you guys were creating the game, how did the gameplay, how did you guys make that transition? What was the process you guys thought of when you guys were making the gameplay transition from PC to, console with all the buttons as opposed to, clicking and pointing on the PC and moving around like that?
So what was super important is that it felt like a console game. It's not a port of a PC game to the console. So we really worked very hard at the control scheme. That's why you have direct control and you're not, kind of using like a USB mouse and keyboard. And for instance, the game doesn't support USB mouse and keyboard, even though you could technically plug one into the PlayStation, because we worked hard for the controller. We've lowered the camera in. We've added evade, because on the PC version, you click, your character moves automatically. If you're surrounded by monsters, your character does some of the work. Here, you gotta move yourself, you gotta bob and weave. Sometimes it's easier to just dodge out of the way, so we kind of added that. So lots of little touches like that to make sure that the game on console felt like a console game, felt really dynamic, really, really cool.
All right, now with it being on the PS3, you guys always have additional add-ons and DLC. Is there anything you can mention that we might see on the PS3 in the near future, maybe with DLCs and characters, additional missions and stuff like that?
So we're not ready to talk about things like that, unfortunately. You get that a lot, but I will say this. Blizzard has a very strong history of taking care of our products after live, after launch, and we will make sure that Diablo 3 on console is not going to be any different. Another thing to keep in mind is the PC version has had several updates, and the console version, when it ships, will have at least up to patch 1.7. So they'll have monster power, infernal machine, paragon level, brawling, all those cool things we've added to the PC, they'll be on the PlayStation version and any console version.
So now, I'm over here at PAX, right? And Sony has another console coming out, and all I see is a PS3 version right here. So what about the PS4? I know Diablo's coming for that. So what's going with that? Can you tell us? Like, what's going on?
Stop breaking the stand. You know what? This is the first time anybody gets to play Diablo on console. We're happy to get into people's hands on the PS3, and we'll talk about the PlayStation 4 at another time. Get you excited about that.
See that? He's dodging me right now. He's dodging me right now. I'll let it slide for now, but next time I'm gonna get my answer. So when's the game going to be releasing? Is there a release date for it yet at all?
When it's ready.
When it's ready, I mean, you heard it there first. You know, when the game's ready, it's going to come out for the PS3. You know, Diablo 3, the game's hot. It's addictive. It's going to have you playing for a long ass time. I mean, I'm Gregory Laporte. I'm here with my man Matthew talking about Diablo 3. Peace.